I'm really proud of our team. I'm proud of the guys on our team. I'm proud to be a Cornellian on this homecoming day. I thought it was just a great day for Cornell. We weathered the storm, both figuratively and the first quarter storm. Yeah. I'm not trying to write anybody's headline, but that might, So, I just think it was a great day. It's a very good Bucknell team. They're very well coached by Coach Susan, and I was really proud and happy to see our guys, play the game and look like they were having a fun time playing it.
Questions for Coach and the student athletes?
Down 10-0. What's the thought process on the bench?
I think I screamed the words "next play" every time today. I don't know if I said anything else other than yeah. And on one of Jeff's touchdowns, I was screaming, "Throw it away, throw it away, throw it!" Yeah, when he threw it to Hagee. So other than that, I just kept saying next play, next play, next play. And just keep. That's what we tried to preach in camp and going into it. Play the next play. The next play is an opportunity.
Jeff, your thoughts on that same thing?
Well, I think we understood early on they're going to give us some looks maybe that we're going to have to adjust to. I think we got some base looks. We kind of figured it out offensively, and then we started rolling. I think through players, what's been preached to us since the beginning has been the same thing that was preached throughout the game, and it was a very consistent message. And I think for us that's easy, man. Defensively, we want to get takeaways. Offensively, we want to control the ball, and obviously, regardless of what happened on the last play, we got to keep fighting for the next play and making sure that our next play is our best play.
Jeff, for you, it's a new crop of top receivers and weapons for you. I suppose last year and into this year, how did you develop chemistry with Lucas and your other receivers throughout the course of this game?
Well, I don't. It's easy to look at it now and say hey, we developed chemistry in camp and everything, but it goes back a long ways. We had a lot of guys up here in the summer understanding that what it was going to take was going to be done months before today. So I think, having Ben Rogers here, obviously Grant and Shapiro and all these guys and Chris Lenz back for being here in the summer and working on that stuff. So when we got into camp, we were rolling. And I just think, we had especially young guys, young guys who hadn't had a ton of reps, Shap being one of them, and it was like, hey, we need you guys to step up, and they did it in an unbelievable way.
Jeff, how did you manage the game differently when you're seeing the field getting more and more wet, getting more subs?
Yeah, it doesn't really change us, to be honest. I was fortunate, God blessed me with some big hands, so the wet ball didn't really detract anything from what we're doing. I think and we talked about it, that we're not going to let anything deter what we're going to do, whether it be weather, whether it be the other team. So we kept what we wanted to do the same, and we were successful today.
The team scored 14 points with you not leaving the bench. How did that feel?
I mean, that's fun. I mean, I've been here a while, and we haven't done that very often. So when our defense outscores their offense, it's going to be a good day for us. So that was awesome. Their swarm and ability to get the ball back was unbelievable. And then when they go punch it in themselves, they make it easy. So.
Just talk about your day. A couple of nice catches and touchdown catches. Just talk about getting on the board.
Yeah, like Jeff said, this year is a big year for us. We, like you said, new crop of receivers, and we all got to step up, make some plays. Got a few young guys, sophomores, myself included as a junior. I think today we knew coming in that I was going to be manned up a lot backside, and coming out, like Jeff said, we were trying to figure out what they were running. They didn't run a lot of man, which we were expecting. So we just knew we could get those drop-down throws and then eventually tack them over the middle once they started biting on those routes. So I think overall today, coming out in the beginning, we struggled a little bit, and then we figured it out, and from there it was just good to go.
Is it just a case of getting comfortable with what they were doing and what you guys were doing?
I think it was more so getting comfortable with what they were running. We knew what we wanted to run. We knew coming out what we were going to do. We knew the game plan that we had was a really good game plan by Coach and Coach Haas as well. We just kind of had to figure out what they were playing. Like I said, we were expecting a little more man backside and some coverage to the field, but they weren't playing it a lot. So we just adjusted our routes, and from there on we were good to go.
David,
go ahead. Michael, just talk about the defense's contributions. It's obviously
yeah, the defense just had a good game. We played a good team defense. The coaches drew up a good game plan, and we just played it well. We did a lot of scouting on Bucknell. We really like to do a lot of rollouts, and that's what happened on the pick. We called a good play, and we just played the play, and we got a good rush on the quarterback from the D-line. And we were really harping on the ball, just getting the ball, making turnovers, getting it back to the offense, or scoring ourselves like we did. And just great team defense. The coaches put in the right place.
David, how is your defense and special teams so successful in forcing and then recovering fumbles?
I think it's something that we emphasize, and I think today, with the conditions, a couple of times I think it slipped out of Wesley's hand, and we were able to pounce on it. And a couple of times, guys made a decision they were going to take it. When, like Mike Turner on the first drive, took it away on the interception. So it's something we concentrate on. We drill it. We use different techniques, and it was nice to see it come out today. But a lot of credit goes to the kids and those coaches that they gotta make those plays themselves.
Talk about the sprint out of the locker room. I mean, you were flying.
Yeah, no, I looked back and we were waiting for the intro video to stop playing, and they had that banner, and Matt Simmons, one of our offensive linemen, was there, and he said, I think you probably need to break that banner. And I said, listen, when I played and I would run on the field, some D-back would always beat me. I'd sprint through. I said, so as long as you slow up, I'll run as fast as I can. So that was what you saw.
What did you learn about Bucknell from the loss there last year that you were able to maybe make some changes for the squad to come away with the win today?
We beat them down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We beat them down there. I think what the big thing is we talk about hitting the panic button or hitting the poise button, and I got to give it Pete DiStefano right there in the middle of the first quarter. He just said, "You're going to be fine. It's a matter of time, David." So he tells me, "David, you kids are getting better each play. They're getting better each play." And it just we all just hit the poise button, I think, and that's a good team. It's a good team with a 4-year returning starter, quarterback, and a really good defense. So.
My apologies. That's
Oh, don't worry. Wait, you cover a lot of sports, yeah. A few games you got to remember. No worries,
Well, there's
Yeah.
a lot of sports going on. For you, you've been practicing with this team. You've been camp. You've been head coach now since the spring. But for you, now having that first game, that first win over with, how does that feel?
I just feel so proud for these guys. I feel so proud for Cornell football, for the administration, for the alumni, and for the players that pour their heart and soul into it. You get only 10 opportunities to play, and to have a homecoming setting where Cornell University markets it, and we get a perfect Cornell day. Starts rainy, gets more rainy, and just to embrace that, and for all involved, our alumni, our players, our parents, our family, our friends, it just feels so. You just embrace it, and it feels very, very gratifying, and I'm just proud of these guys.
Back over here on the defense, Coach kind of instigated that black shirt defense. Is that the kind of effort, the type of plays that it takes to earn black shirts and really?
The black shirts are our special teams.
Oh, that's special teams.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep, no problem. Nope, it's all right.
All right. Well, talk about the defensive effort, anyways. What'd you love out there about the defense?
I just loved that we were playing together, and we were just all about the ball. Like, we really harped, like I said before, about getting turnovers, getting the ball back, and just trying to score on defense. And I just loved how we played together and just swarm the ball. I think that was something big that really helped us win.
Yeah, obviously, we knew coming in that Jeff Mathews is one of the better quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback we're going to see, and he proved that today. The other thing is that we're traditionally pretty good with the football, and when you turn the ball over 6 times, that ultimately impacts the score of the game, as it did.
You were able to corral him pretty good last year. What do you think was the cause of that, and what do you think was the cause of that today?
Yeah, I think that, and it started out early here today too, where we were able to put pressure on him, we were able to hit him. And Sean Sellers went down with an ankle early in this game. He's one of our better pass rushers. It had to change, obviously it changed personnel. But some of the personnel they were using had us with a 3-down concept instead of a 4-down concept. And we weren't hitting home. They did a great job of picking up our pressures. We weren't hitting home. And a lot of what he does is on timing. And we gave up a double move late in the first half, which, they hit us with 2 big chunks in the first half. The one where there was a wide open receiver, then the double move on the 3rd down. And it just builds his confidence. I don't know the stats, but I know that we did well against the run for the most part. It's just with a quarterback like that, you better do well against the pass, and obviously he exposed us.
How big a factor was the condition?
They were playing in the same conditions. That's all I got to say. It's impact the things that you can impact, and you really don't have an impact. Obviously, it hampered our quarterback's ability to handle the football, but it's not like he's a small-handed kid, and it didn't impact him either. And he was playing very confidently as well.
On a day where the weather is really set up to kind of run the ball, are you surprised that they were having so much luck through the air?
No, not at all. I knew they were going to pull the trigger with him, and just a matter of at times it looked like they were running the ball to get 2nd and 10 so he could throw it.
The two, the defensive score and the special team score, that probably took a lot of.
That really impacts us. It changes the math. And when they drove the field their first possession of the third quarter, you're still in a game, and then the special team score, the defensive score, it gets out of whack mathematically, and then it's not as if the conditions led to our being able to, and we're not a 4-receiver drop back throw it team. We're not that way, but when the math gets away from when the scoreboard gets away from you, and then the clock starts running, obviously the result winds up being as it was.
Was the fake field goal kind of the product of we got to get back in this game now?
They traditionally pressure from our right, and I thought that in the previous 2 field goals that we kicked during the game, that's what they were doing, and that's what it's predicated on. And what happened there was that the exchange between the holder and the kicker really was off, and he wound up bobbling it, and better off just to eat it than to try to make a play. But obviously that affected it, and that went a long way with nobody chasing him. But if you have a turnover in that situation, you got to understand that the guys they have trying to block the field goal are better athletes than the guys we have blocking for the field goal. So, and that's my fault. I made that call, and probably at the time wasn't the best call in the world. Especially when you go in, you get a chance for points, and our kicker's good.